Alright folks, this is Acid Root. So last time we just got done with that Dingo Valley or whatever that stage was called. So now I think we're going to head into doing the Papu Papu stage. So that's basically the second boss, and you're going to notice, which I had a hunch that this was going to happen, but I wasn't sure, but my hunch was correct. So World 3 is a lot tougher than the first two worlds. The ramp.
Watching puny slugs race so slow. Papu want inaction to lay boom down big, and Boom Papu is world's best driver. Papu moves so fast, you munch drags.
So yeah, forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the ramp up difficulty is a lot worse. Now I was getting mad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting pretty pissed off there, viewers. So it was just kind of. I mean, I don't like when I start trying to play a video game and then the difficulty goes from like a 2 out of 10 to like an 8 out of 10. That always pisses me off. But I still think I can probably wind up beating this game, and this might take some time, and I might not do it as often if I really start struggling, because I've got I've got shit that I have to take care of outside of YouTube, and obviously if I don't have time to designate towards this game, I'm going to get as many episodes done as possible, but I just understand that if the game ramps up and it takes practice outside of just a couple hours or several hours of playing, I'm going to have to, of course, delay this project. Originally I thought I was going to beat this game by like the end of the year, but it just depends. Honestly, I got, in my latest recording session, I got a couple more episodes done. But yeah, they start adding some real nefarious shit. I mean, really, because like the turns will just be at like 45-degree angles, and even with like the brake turn, which they imply that you use, the problem with the brake turn is just the fact that you have to hit the brakes, and the computers hit those turns perfectly. So that's kind of the situation. But I am probably going to start using the restart technique just because, as you just saw right there, just because, honestly, some of these death animations just really eat up your time. It's nefarious. So, luckily Papu Papu is not too bad a boss. I'm more talking about World 3 more so than where we're at right now. But, I mean, really, he's not that terrible because he just throws those science speakers. But, you still don't want to hit them because, I mean, he can get pretty far ahead. And, the thing that was pissing me off about this game, just to go ahead and kind of give spoilers for what's coming later in this episode, is this game is not very friendly towards giving you good weapons. And what I mean by that is, at least in Mario Kart 64, the Mario Kart games, when you're like in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th place, you get better items. You'll get like the invincibility star, and you'll get like the red shells that home in on enemies, and you'll get things like that that will actually get you back to first place. But this game is pretty terrible. And I was thinking, okay, I'm in 5th place, I'm in 6th place, I guess I'll get some missiles now and a mask, something that'll help me, but I just wasn't getting it, and that's terrible. That's the whole situation that really makes for a terrible experience, because you're basically stuck in like the second half of the racers because you can't get items to catch up with the people that are miles ahead of you, and sometimes the first place, second place racers will stay so far ahead that you can't catch them because you can't get the items. I mean, this game really comes down to items. If you don't get them, there's little that you can do to catch up. I mean, even if you hit the boosts and do things like that, it's just not going to work. I mean, this game, I like this game. It definitely has brilliant gameplay. It's definitely brilliant for the PlayStation, but it's not as durable as Mario Kart, just because Mario Kart at least kind of invented this genre. But you have to understand that when you're losing at this game, you need good weapons to catch back up, and this game doesn't do that. So, but you'll see, and it just makes me wonder what's going to happen when we get to World 4, what I'm going to be dealing with by that point. But yeah, the enemies recover too quickly, and you just don't get the items that you need. Like, if it weren't for the fact that I kept getting these missiles, I don't know what I would do, because he just would take the lead and that would be it. So, but he's gonna have some more shit to say, and then, you know, we'll get to World 3. But I am gonna kind of clip some of these loading things because I want to keep these under 15 minutes. I clip the loading sequences, so it'd be that. Because otherwise I would have had to snip it right in the middle of the race. So that's probably what we'll do from now on.
Papu not himself today. Maybe Papu not eating a big breakfast. You are fast for be so small. Here is key to help. Oxide much bigger problem for you. Him not as big, but him much more grumpy.
I guess the masked character isn't going to keep talking. I mean, I was kind of underneath the impression, but really, I guess the pointers kind of phase out after World 2. But there's really only so many pointers that they can give at this stage. But this is just going to kind of be more exploration and getting to the save point. So it's going to be a little bit. We're going to waste a little bit of time here, but not too much. So I'm just really curious if I can actually wind up beating this game, because I haven't played this game since early October, so I've been kind of itching to. It just feels fresh, like it was more September that I was playing this game, but still, it's a nice little neat condition of this. So I almost feel like driving around just to explore this area, just to see what it's up to, but yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of wondering about like what Papu said about nitrous oxide, the final racer. I get the feeling he's probably going to be a bastard. I really don't like when I can't beat the final boss. I'm just going to hope that I can do it, but it's going to probably take some time. I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, I'm pretty good at racing games, but when they bring out, if I'm going to race him and I'm not going to get the missiles and things like that that are actually going to help me, it's just kind of like, screw it. So I want to beat this game. It would be useful, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't understand how 10 and 12-year-olds would be able to do this. But then they kind of have more fiber and more durability and that sort of stuff. I mean, kind of the situation, especially back in the 90s when this is all you had to do. But before YouTube and that sort of shit. Kind of underneath the impression of alright, so yep, as you can see, the next world is going to be a snow world, and it's pretty bastard-like. I mean, I'm not a fan of this. I did not like these stages just because the mechanics, they don't really introduce how to take care of them that well. And like I said, the brake slide technique doesn't really work that well. But alright, so keep watching. We've got another 7 minutes, and we're going to at least do one more stage. So I'm going to save, which I'm going to cut out, and then we'll be going. Alright. Now I just have to get there. If I would, I probably could have snipped some of this stuff. Yeah. There's the boss. That's Komodo Joe. Yeah, these stages are bastards. But I need to talk about other things. I'm just trying to think of some shit to kind of bring up. It's been relatively basic. Been hanging out with Reggie. By this point, you should know who Reggie is. He's my new pet. And, you know, he's been a bundle to deal with. He takes dumps just like my previous cats did. And by that, I mean really smelly ones. So I'm constantly having to do the cat litter, which is just a thing. So, it's kind of like hell. But he is a valuable ally. Went and saw Venom, so that's coming. I'm going to do a video about that. I suppose it's not too much of spoilers. I mean, that's a pretty good movie. I saw the first one the other day, too, which I didn't see it back when it came out in 2018. I just kind of thought, you know... the thing about Venom... I mean, I noticed that the mood set was kind of more for the younger set, but I still like the character Venom. I also like Eddie Brock's character, but I mean, really, there just wasn't enough room for Eddie Brock. I mean, the only real things that Eddie Brock really portrayed in that movie was just his failed relationship with his girlfriend and then getting tired of the Venom symbiote. So, this is kind of the thing, I mean, really, there's just not that much to Eddie Brock. And that's kind of the situation. It almost feels like the directors of the movie didn't know much about him as a whole. Which, I mean, honestly, in the Spider-Man movies, me just, fawning over comic books right now, but this is the kind of, in the Spider-Man movies, they at least try to showcase that, like, Spider-Man's human alter ego kind of does other shit. He's trying to get his girlfriend, he's trying to succeed in school, he's trying to go to work, but they don't really do that with Venom. That is kind of the thing. So it just felt really, haphazard as far as that went. I mean, it was a good movie, but it was very patchy, which is just kind of the thing about it. I mean, the acting was good. I mean, Woody Harrelson made sense as Carnage and that sort of stuff, but there was just too much going on. I mean, really, I think it was like an hour-and-a-half movie, but I don't know, they just needed more character development for some of these guys. I mean, really, the main character had the least of that. So, it was more that they were trying to develop Venom more so than the human character, but you may notice that if you watch the movie. I mean, it's October of 2021, that movie just came out at the beginning of this month, so I might just do a movie commentary of it and really get into detail about that. I'm thinking about doing that with the first Venom movie, because I did have fun with that. I mean, that was good. I mean, that was definitely, I almost wonder if I liked the first one better, just because it just felt so dark, and the way things were about it, it had good themes and stuff. But so, yeah, this stage was a bastard. I really hated this stage. I mean, I do, just the fact that there are 2 snow stages pissed me off even further. They know that you don't like these, so I seem to find myself keep getting hit by missiles, and of course you keep spiraling out of control. I mean, you can go from basically 3rd place to 7th place just getting hit one time. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just really a bastard and a half. So, and they don't hit the other enemies. I mean, they do, but it's infrequent. So I need the mask just to get ahead, but they don't seem to want to give it to me. See, I don't need TNT crates, you know what I mean? Because they just get hit and come right back up. Whole thing. They have, I mean, this is what they call, for people who are not familiar with racing games for video games, there's rubber band tactics where the computer and the AI makes it to where the enemies bounce back quickly when they get hit, so you can't just stay in the lead the whole time. But when they are too good at that sort of rubber band technique, it makes it difficult to play, and I think this game kind of did that. But somehow the game does favor you. There's been a couple of times where I've been neck and neck with like 2nd place and I came out on top, and you're going to see that. But I'm just glad that allowed me to do it, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have gotten as far as I did in this game. So, but I don't know, this always happens to me when I play video games. I always get surprised by the ramp up in difficulty. I don't know why I can't just be more pleasant, but I'm still gung-ho about this game. I'm still somewhat having fun with it. I just hope that World 4 and the final boss don't wind up pissing me off. I remember a couple of these stages, like there's one where you're on like blimps and stuff, and you really, I know that stage might be annoying, so this is kinda, but I did have some practice with, I used to play that when I was younger. I remember getting to that stage, but maybe I should have just done like the actual Grand Prix mode more so than adventure. But alright, so we're almost at the end, so stay tuned for part 5, which is coming soon also, and we'll have some more fun with this. But yeah, I just think this is a kickback, so subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. See y'all in part 5.